Hi, it is Ayikam time again. So today I like to propose some idea for those who like to walk the path of educational directions. Number one is that we want to focus on what, why, how when we argue or debate or even make a demonstrations, instead of just label something as this is bad, okay, or argue in a way, oh, every lineage can have their own opinion and every opinion or interpretation is equal, or because I can beat you, so I know it all, you don't know what you're talking about, or mine is the oldest Wing Chun, okay, from Grandmaster such and such. Okay, those are something which is far away from what, why, and how. Also, when do demonstrations, demonstrate what, why, how, instead of getting this demonstrate of internal power, chi power, mysterious power, Tai Chi, Wing Chun, Neijia, whole bunch of stuff, which is really doesn't mean anything, but just a party tricks or demo. Because if one doesn't know what, why, how is one supposed to use those stuff? Okay, so it need to get into rational and fit the law of physics. So, for example, if I'm talking about E.G. Kam Myong Ma and I want to critique E.G. Kam Myong Ma, I will say E.G. Kam Myong Ma has to be done this way based on law of physics. For example, E.G. Kam Myong Ma have to done by sit down. So the whole body, upper and bottom body is one, and this center axis or pivot is in a balanced position. It shouldn't be this way, where the lower part and upper part body break into two, and this center axis is off. It should not be this way, where it's leaning, try to push forward, kind of leaning. Again, the center axis is off, and the bottom of the leg, the lower part of the body is actually not agile because it's pushing tight. Okay, but if you put this way, it is balanced, the center axis. Thus one can manipulate the force flow up and down the whole body in the spiral or the torque way. Also, if you do this way, for sure this part is stuck, no way you can get lower abs breathing. If you do this part is stuck, no way you can get lower abs breathing. Only when you sit, you can breathe naturally for the lower abs breathing. It's naturally happen. You can relax and do that. Again, when you do this, there's no way you can Tai Gong. This is not Tai Gong, okay? This is actually offset the body and bias the body. This way too, cannot Tai Gong, try it. But if you do a sitting down, vertical way, you can Tai Gong. In fact, at every exhale, it lift up naturally. So that is the way. What, why, how? Instead of say, well, your E.G. Kam Myong Ma is shitty or bad. Those are some terms which is have no reason, but is based on who know what. Okay. The second thing is like in demonstration. people usually like to have somebody, say if this is a student, usually to push the sifu, okay, and then say, oh, this is Jing, this is Geng, this is internal, this is Tai Chi Wing Chun, this is whole bunch of stuff, this is routing and a whole bunch of stuff. Well, that also doesn't mean a thing. One need to know, for this type of demo, is it the body type, which is using muscle and skeleton to support oneself, or the structure type, which is hold on the structure to support oneself, to sustain the force, or it is a force flow, which is handling the force flow up and down. It's better to tell that way than say, oh, this is Jing power, I have this power. Now all the demo, it means one thing, oh, I'm better than you, I know this thing, you don't know, okay? This is advanced art. It is a party trick if one do not know what, why, how. Let me tell you this. Usually people do this kinds of tricks will have a forward stance, okay? And this point is a single point with the student pull that. It will not go sideways. So in the real world, will this happen? Can you bring this kind of stuff in MMA? No. When things dynamic and whatever hits in is not constant one single point or pre-arrangement, it doesn't work. Also, this type of forward stance, a lot of things can be done. You have more support because you want to push it like pushing a car. As for e.g. Kamyong-ma type of para, it is tougher. But then, if the body is bigger, you can brace it and lean into it. That you can do that too. However, if somebody remove this directly, like push and suddenly lift, and the guy is going to fall forward. Now, for the force flow, the rotations, one can take it and spin it down because it's a torque. But even that, it is not perfect because everybody have limitations. You have your skill limitation and a whole bunch of stuff, speed limitations and physical limitations. Okay, so this is reality. Instead of get there and then say, well, this is Chi power, this is Geng, this is Jing, and so forth. There are plenty of those kind of tricks in the show in all around the world, like in the China and so forth. But what is those things got to do with Wing Chun in the real dynamic? Well, it works. If we don't even know what it is, why it is, how it is, it will never work. And even propagate all this superstitious all around, okay, this power, that power, and whole bunch of stuff. So it never give a realistic thing for everybody to study, and thus everybody stuck. It will never get progress. Okay? And everybody who do the demo like to show that one is Superman. Like the TV commercial, just show it so that people come to learn from me because I'm the grandmaster. Well, why don't people test it in the MMA? Okay? Or other martial art K1 competitions, they can do it or not. Okay, and all this Chi power stuff. Is this anything to do with Chi? There's a big question mark where there's a mechanic stuff. It's mechanical based. If the mechanical physical doesn't satisfy, forget about the rest. Okay? So this is for you today. Think about it. Okay? I am not perfect, but I want to start this culture. What? Why? How? Instead of saying, oh, this is bad, this is this, your lineage is bad. All those kind of things are time wasted.